There are animals that are scarier than you can imagine. Don't watch this late at night. This is a cute lamb. But what some sheep really do. Cats can be affectionate, but also suspicious. This is a very large owl. But take a look at its eyebrows. Have you ever seen a baby? Their appearance can be frightening. This is a cute little sloth, but when it walks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a cute little fish. But some fish really do look strange. This is a gigantic sperm whale from the depths of the sea. When they sleep, they look like this. This is a little ant, and after zooming in, here we have a giant version of a golden wombat, cute and cuddly. But as a child, his appearance is. I thought that would be foolproof. Bluebird mom hides babies in a safe house in a bipedal building to completely prevent enemies from stealing the children. But I didn't see it coming. Wake up, little bird. Suddenly, an evil claw was constantly coming through the door, extending its claws again. I hadn't expected the safe house at this point to become a trap, as they had no way of escaping. The baby bluebirds had been ruthlessly kidnapped. Making sure the nest is empty. In the ice and snow, a group of small animals is galloping. Then they have to brave the cold to find food. The temperature at the water's edge is lower in winter. In winter they don't have the habit of hibernating. That's why they moved their homes from the river to the forest. Although the river has frozen over, this is a lot of water towers. Here it's very good to find places where the ice is thinner. And then, with a few strokes, they cut through the ice and pierce it. Their goal was clear: to fish in the river. The low temperature makes the fish very weak, so fishing is easy. So they have a lot of fun eating. Just then, a gray wolf came silently to shore. Wolf fur is not so waterproof in the waters. The wolf can only watch helplessly as they eat fish in the water. However, wolves are intelligent animals. He's also planning. He found an opportunity to eat fish by watching. He's noticed that they bury the hunted fish in the thick snow on the shore. Then he doesn't have to go down the river the next day. And all this is seen by the wolf. However, the temperature is low in winter. The smell of fish is relatively weak. What's more, it's buried deep. It's not easy for wolves to find fish. However, hard work pays off, and finally, after a lot of pain, the wolf took the big fish she had just bought. It's killing her with rage. But the enemy is strong and they are weak. People are going crazy these days to get close to wildlife. There's nothing they can't do, if you can't think of it. Look at these two, with no protective measures. Tease them directly with food. Treat them like big dogs. Put them on a leash for a walk. Fortunately, he's obedient and well-behaved. You really have to admire their courage. There are people who drive to the zoo, which is also a great attraction for the animals. Do you think you're perfectly safe in a car? If you accidentally provoke them, it could be very serious. The leopard jumped into the car and attacked the man driving. The frightened man steps on the accelerator and takes a step back. But the leopard doesn't give up. And the man accidentally crushes the leopard. In unbearable pain, the leopard then stops attacking. That saved the man. Make sure you keep a safe distance from them. In this video, a wolf was caught in a trap. It was struggling. So a man tries to rescue him, but for safety's sake, he wants to control him first. He tries to untie the trap, but wolves are not human beings. So he's still struggling for fear of the man hurting him. From a human point of view, he was helping, but the wolf didn't understand that. After much effort, the man finally managed to control the wolf. As soon as the man stepped into the trap, the wolf began to resist again, probably because of the pain. The man circled around the wolf to make sure it was completely subdued before trying to release the trap. After confirming that it was safe, he began to release the trap. The wolf remained calm and cooperative. The trap was deep, and releasing it was not easy. With only one hand available, the man struggled, but the wolf remained still. Finally, the man managed to release the trap and cautiously stepped back. He wasn't sure if the wolf would attack him. The wolf ran away and looked at him, as if thanking him. A deer came to the river to drink, and from his posture, you could see that he was very alert. He just dipped his mouth in the water, his eyes watching the river, his body ready to retreat at any moment. Fortunately, he reacted quickly and dodged a deadly attack with a neat backflip. The crocodile, unsuccessful in his hunt, returned to the water to await his next victim. Soon after, a thirsty wild boar approached the river. Seeing the previous attack, it became even more cautious, drinking as it prepared to jump back at any moment. The camera switches to show the crocodile's eyes and nose above the water as it approaches the boar. Suddenly, the crocodile jumped again, but the boar managed to dodge it with a sideways leap. The boar must have used up all his luck for the year. And now it's the jaguar's turn to drink water. She seems a little overconfident. and unfortunately it takes a fatal blow. The cheetah is dragged into the water, its struggle futile in the face of a giant with a bite force of 1.9 tons. Death rolls in the water and the cheetah's companions, watching from the shore, can't believe it. The local guides explain that in Africa, when you see the river and the mud ponds, be careful when approaching, as there are numerous crocodiles in the waters. At this moment, the companion is still looking at the water, seeming not to believe it. The cruel nature of survival of the fittest is played out every day. The father wants to feed the children, but doesn't know where to start. He stands on the edge of the nest, not at all stable. The children pushed the side of the nest, so he didn't know what to do. He just looked down and watched, but the next moment, the newborn bird accidentally fell out. His eyes were full of shock and confusion. He looked in the direction it had fallen, and then hastily swallowed the food in his mouth. It flew towards the baby bird without thinking about it, leaving the other one alone, but shortly afterwards it returned to the nest.